Hello again, YouTube. I wasn't expecting to be back so soon, but we have another unboxing video, unboxing number 37 on Atlanta to Dallas Aviation. We're going to get right to it. I wasn't actually expecting to be able to get these models. I knew they were coming, but I didn't think they would be here in time for me to make an unboxing video on this weekend. So if you've been on my channel, you saw I did unboxing number 36 yesterday. I wasn't expecting these to come. This is the next day after I put that one, I posted that video. So unboxing number 37, and kind of excited to have this. And I'm going to go ahead and do all the stuff, do all the models first, and then I'll gab a little bit because I've been running out of time. All right, so before we get started, please remember, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and maybe even sharing it. And if you like multiple videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, and in the comments, love to hear what your take on any of these models are, whether it's just from watching the video or you have these models yourself and you want to put in a word or two, or maybe when I give my extra information on each of these, if you are in the know, I try to do my research, but sometimes, especially like when I'm doing a vintage aircraft, I can't always find like the seating chart. So if you're in the know and you want to correct me on any of my quote facts, please do that. I am more than willing to learn from people who actually know. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first one is from Panda Models. This Airbus A319-100 Allegiant Air in the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm not used to saying that. It's either Oakland Raiders or Los Angeles Raiders. Mostly Oakland Raiders, but it's now Las Vegas Raiders. It's in their colors on the entire aircraft pretty much. And as you can see, the reg number here is November 328 November Victor. And now Panda doesn't always put their item number. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to even see that. The item number is right here below the barcode. But basically, the item number is unofficially Papa Mike-52318. All right, so that's the box. It's pretty much, yeah, pretty much showed you everything on this box. And remember, this is a Panda, and it's not this is a regular Panda model, and not something that a retailer asked to have made for their specific brand or their specific store. All right, so we're going to bring this beauty right here. Let me get this thing turning. And hopefully I can figure out how to get it to turn slowly fairly soon here. Okay, I think that is going to get it. All right. Yeah, he's still spinning pretty fast, but we'll take a close look at him in just a second. I'm not going to actually really do a review necessarily. I'm just going to get a close-up of the port side like I usually do, but I'm not going to point out stuff. All right, so this is Allegiant Air in the Las Vegas Raiders special livery. It was delivered to Allegiant Air on the 21st day of April in 2016 after it had done a stint with Cebu Pacific. It is approximately 7.7 years old from the very first time it flew, and it is currently active. It is powered by two CFMI CFM 56-5 Bravo 6/Papas. Okay, and then the seating configuration for this plane is 156 in all economy. All right, so let's stop this. All right, hey, look, it kind of stopped on the starboard side, so even though I don't usually show the starboard side, since that's what it stopped on, I'm just going to go ahead and let you get a good view of the starboard side. It's not much different. All right, come on, focus for me. Come on, you focused nicely for me yesterday on this setting. There you go. All right, so Panda models, so a Panda mold, which looks really nice. The nose gear there has a nice, very slight tilt forward, so that's good. You can see one of our the starboard side CFM 56 engine. It's got Raider Nation across the engine cowling there, and we got fence tips on this, and there is the Raiders insignia, and then you see the the aircraft number there, registration number, and then the starburst there that is usually on Allegiant, which is usually in color, but it's just white into silver into black. All right. So the only color on that is the sunburst just above the eye in Allegiant there. All right. So moving on quickly. Our next model is this one, Phoenix Models, American Airlines 767-300ER. Its registration number is November 396 Alpha November, and there is the item number right there. I found that it's often showed as PH4 and then these numbers 04556, but you just see 04556 there, and this is actually the wing-litted version. We'll show that to you on the model. Here's basically the box. And I'm not actually sure if it's been such a long time since I ordered this. I don't remember if I purposely ordered this or if I meant to order the one that did not have winglets on it. But either way, it wasn't. I ordered one thing and they sent another, so that's on me. So let's bring this boy in here. Get him going. Okay, I think I got him going fairly slow. All right, as you can see, he's nice and shiny. He's almost as shiny as the mirror on the turntable. So anyway, the extra information I got in this one. Now remember, this one, American has retired their 767s, so the seating configuration may or may not have actually been on this aircraft. But anyway, so American Airlines, this aircraft was delivered to American on the 25th of February in 1999, and it now flies with DHL. And it is approximately 25.1 years old, based on very first flight, not first flight for American, but very first flight before it was delivered to its first home. And it is currently active. It's powered by two General Electric CF6-80 Charlie 2 Bravo 6s. All right. If you get all that, I know all that means a certain model of the CF6, but anyway. So seating configuration was likely 28 domestic first class, 18 premium economy, and 163 regular economy. So if anyone out there knows for sure, and you watch this video, please let me know what the actual seating arrangement was, or if that was even if that was actually the true seating arrangement. All right, so we get this stopped here. All right, so let's turn him around to the port side, because that's the side I usually get a close look at. All right, now you can see this thing gleaming, can't you? Okay, sorry, let it get refocused here. I want it to be as close as possible. All right, so you can see this thing really gleaming. It's kind of pulsating because I have a ceiling fan above me, and so the light you see gleaming off of there is from the ceiling fan, but also the fan itself is causing it to like pulsate. So that's kind of funny, I guess. But anyway, Phoenix models, I don't necessarily have an opinion, but this is an old mold, but it's generally accepted that this is the best mold that's currently being used, at least until NG Models gets their new 767 models out there. The cockpit windows look to be placed in the proper spot. We're just going to go down here. I'm not going to point everything out. There's a port side CF6. Is that what I said? CF6. Moving back. And then, since we have the wing-letted version, it probably won't. It probably won't focus in on that, but it has AA.com there on the bottom of the winglet in it, and you can probably see it, something on the winglet that's facing that way. So that's what you got. We go back here, you see the registration, and then you see the AA Eagle on the very tall tail of the 767. And then a pretty good job on the APU there in the back. All right, so that is the American release that I got. Like I said, I don't think I meant to get that one, but it's nice anyway, even though it's retired now. All right, next, another Phoenix model, another 767 from Phoenix. in the Delta Classic widget. And boy, does this one look nice. So you can see the registration is November 117 Delta Lima. And nice box art here. Here's the item number here, which is extended item number is PH404569er. All right, so yeah, okay, I'll show you a little bit more of the box. Yeah, not much. There's a little bit going on with the box, but not much. All right, so getting right to it. This is the pride of what I received today. This beautiful Delta 767-300. Alright, let's see if I can get him slowed down a little bit. Okay, I think I got him sort of slowed down there. And he's not centered. Okay. Alright, so while he's doing his beauty turn for you, Delta, this aircraft was delivered to Delta on the 11th of December of 1986. 1986. And after it was done at Delta, it did a stint with Hawaiian later before being scrapped in 2014. It would have been approximately 38 years old. This one was powered by two General Electric CF6-80 Alpha 2s. So a little bit different than the one that I just showed you from American. I don't know if I guess the American one may have been a little bit more advanced since it was an older, a younger version. So, but I don't know what the differences are. Seating configuration if it was a domestic. All right, so when this one was flying for Delta, it was likely it was just domestic first class and regular economy. But I could only find the domestic version of this currently with Delta. So the domestic versions of this aircraft has 30 domestic first class, 35 premium economy, and about 203 regular economy seats. All right, so, and this thing is just beautiful. I wish I could say the same about the Gemini Jets 757. It was nice, but this is way nicer. And I mean, it's Phoenix, and I'm not accustomed to being like super excited about a Phoenix model. Alright, so we'll go down the starboard side since that's the side that it stopped on. So you can see that we don't have a SkyTeam logo on here. So this is painted before they started. Now SkyTeam may have existed, but it was before they started putting SkyTeam logos on the planes. And it also looks like Phoenix did a good job with cockpit placement again. The widget on the R1 door looks beautiful. And then there's the Delta, and there's the starboard side CF6. No winglets. And as you can see, the silver part, the silver belly is very well polished and is reflecting my overhead light. And then the part I think everybody loves, the Delta widget on the tail, on the very tall tail. And it's nicely proportioned. The gap in between the red and the blue part of the widget looks to be a proper distance, where it wasn't on the Gemini Jet 757. And then you can kind of get an idea of what the APU back here looks like. So that is that one. Super duper. It looks fantastic. I almost hate not ending my video on that one, but I do have one more to go, and it's kind of big. So, and this is Aviation 400. Aviation 400 777 300ER in the Air China livery, and registration of Bravo-2085. Well, this says ART number, but we're just saying item number here is Alpha Victor 4181. And then and this has kind of become the standard Aviation 400 box. Evidently they're only offering one version of this. As you might recall, Aviation 400, sometimes if they're going to put out a couple of versions, they'll have one version on this side with a check mark, and then one on this side, the other one on that side. But anyway, enough of that. That's not even important. I'm going on about junk. Anyway, all right, so let me get him centered. Hopefully that's centered. Get him going slow, please. Slower. Okay, it looks like it's slowing down. All right, so he's really close to the camera already because he's so big. So we won't be. All right, the extra information on this one. Air China. This aircraft was delivered to Air China on the 20th of July of 2011. It is approximately 12.7 years old based on first flight and is currently active. It's powered by two GE 90-115Bs, and its seating configuration is 8 first class, 42 business class, and 261 economy class. Now, as far as 777 or 333s, is what we kind of call them, I personally like the Aviation 400 one the best. However, I want to give kudos to Gemini Jets, NJC Wings, I guess. I want to give them kudos when I can. Their mold, I believe, is the best mold. However, Aviation 400, even though their mold is a little bit thin, they give you more detail than it stopped on the starboard side again. Okay, but they give more details and stuff, and I like and so the Gemini Jets mold is, I will still get Gemini Jet 333s, so don't get me wrong. I just like this one better because of some of the extras you get, even though it's not the #1 mold. All right, so let's get in tight here. Uh-oh. Well, you're not going to focus at that, are you? Ooh, look at there. All right, so you can see very old type of livery. You do have the Star Alliance logo there in between the cockpit window and the R1 door. There's Air China. Likely their first class is up there. The R2 door. Air China basically written in Chinese there. I don't know if it's Mandarin or anything like that, but anyway, so here's here's the starboard side GE90. You can see the triple bogey main landing gear there. The overwing exit door. A couple of, I'm not sure what these black things are. I think they're Wi-Fi boxes, but I'm not positive. But those actually also stick out. So those are three-dimensional rather than just painted on, as is the beacon light up here, which is also a feature of Aviation 400. Now this 777 does not have detachable gear because it's one of the older ones. I believe in the future they are going to have detachable gear, so that's fun. It did come with a stand like all of them do. All right, and kind of out of focus here, but the rake wingtip here, and then you can see the back cargo door, and then another kind of baggage compartment behind that. And then you see the tail there with whatever kind of bird that is on the tail. And then part of the reason I like to do the other side for these is because I love, so they do this, and so does JC/Gemini. They do the really nice APU. I don't know why it's not focusing. Focus. Yeah, so the APU, instead of just printed on like it is for NG models, it's actually part of the mold. So that's really nice. All right, so that does it for the models portion. So I don't know. So my main, I don't have long. So my main pusher, my main person that I usually get models from, has now decided that there's not going to be free shipping, no matter how much I order. So that's probably going to limit how much I do business with him. I'm not going to say who it is because he's provided me great customer service. Like when I get detached models or models that are just outright damaged, he's been great. He hasn't required a shipment back, and so he's been really great. But I am willing to spend enough money to avoid shipping, so I don't know how much more work I'm going to be doing with him. So that it's disappointing, but there's plenty of people out there, and we'll find someone that works for me. And then also the 4 models you saw here today, they were actually in 2 different orders that I guess he finally decided he wasn't going to wait for the whole order to get filled, so he sent them. But he didn't send them in one package. He sent them in 2 separate packages. Which means when the missing models from each of those orders comes in, I don't know why he would do that to himself, but he's probably going to send those into additional instead of combining those and sending them in one package. But anyway, so that's enough for the rant. Until next time.